In this video, we're exploring 8 Stoic strategies to handle disrespect, derived from ancient wisdom. This will not only help you deal with difficult situations, but also enhance your emotional resilience and peace of mind. This isn't just about handling disrespect. It's about transforming your reactions to shape a more harmonious life. So stay tuned, watch till the end, and learn how to navigate through life's challenges with the strength of Stoicism. Lesson number 1. Recognize what's in your control. One of the fundamental teachings of Stoicism is the importance of recognizing and focusing on what is within our control. This principle holds true when it comes to handling disrespect. Instead of getting caught up in the actions and words of others, Stoicism teaches us to shift our attention to our own reactions and responses. When someone disrespects us, it is natural to feel hurt, angry, or frustrated. However, Stoicism encourages us to take a step back and remind ourselves that we cannot control how others behave or treat us. What we can control is our own mindset and how we choose to respond. By acknowledging this, we free ourselves from the burden of trying to change or influence the actions of others. This doesn't mean we should accept disrespectful behavior, but rather that we should focus on how we can react in a way that aligns with our values and brings us peace. To put this into practice, it is helpful to cultivate self-awareness and mindfulness. When faced with disrespect, take a moment to pause and observe your initial emotional reaction. Allow yourself to feel the emotional reaction. Allow yourself to feel the emotions, but then consciously choose how you want to respond. For example, if someone speaks disrespectfully to you, instead of immediately reacting with anger or defensiveness, take a deep breath and consider the situation objectively. Ask yourself if there might be underlying reasons for their behavior that have nothing to do with you. By adopting this perspective, you can prevent yourself from getting caught in a cycle of negativity and unnecessary conflict. Furthermore, Stoicism teaches us the power of reframing our thoughts. Instead of dwelling on the disrespect and allowing it to consume our minds, we can choose to reframe the situation in a more positive light. Perhaps the disrespectful person is struggling with their own insecurities or is simply having a bad day. This doesn't excuse their behavior, but it allows us to empathize and respond with compassion rather than resentment. By recognizing what's in our control, we also gain the ability to set boundaries. Stoicism encourages us to prioritize our own well-being and integrity. If someone consistently disrespects us or crosses our boundaries, we have the power to assert ourselves and communicate our needs. However, it is important to approach these situations with a calm and rational mindset. Stoicism teaches us to respond, not react. Take the time to reflect on the best course of action, considering the long-term consequences of your response. This prevents impulsive and potentially regrettable reactions that may escalate the situation further. In summary, lesson number 1 of handling disrespect according to Stoicism is to recognize what is within our control. By shifting our focus from the actions of others to our own reactions, we free ourselves from unnecessary stress and emotional turmoil. Through self-awareness, reframing our thoughts, and setting boundaries, we can respond to disrespect in a manner that aligns with our values and promotes personal growth. Remember, we cannot control how others treat us, but we can control how others treat us. But we can control how we respond, and that is where our true power lies. Lesson 2. Stay calm and maintain inner peace. One of the fundamental teachings of Stoicism is the importance of maintaining inner tranquility, regardless of external circumstances. This is particularly relevant when it comes to handling disrespect. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius emphasize the power of remaining calm and composed, even in the face of provocation. Let's delve deeper into this lesson and explore how adopting a Stoic mindset can help us navigate disrespect with grace and poise. Disrespectful behavior can be hurtful, triggering emotional responses such as anger, frustration, or sadness. However, Stoicism teaches us that our emotions are within our control, and it's up to us how we choose to respond. By cultivating emotional resilience, we can maintain our inner peace and not allow disrespectful actions to disturb our equilibrium. The first step towards staying calm is to recognize that the disrespectful behavior of others is not a reflection of our worth or character. Epictetus, A prominent Stoic philosopher famously stated, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." By internalizing this wisdom, we can shift our focus from external circumstances to our internal mindset. Stoics encourage practicing mindfulness and self-awareness. When faced with disrespect, take a moment to pause and observe your emotional reactions. Acknowledge your initial response, but don't let it dictate your subsequent actions. Remember that you have the power to choose how you want to respond, and reacting impulsively may not serve your best interests in the long run. The Stoic practice of negative visualization can also be helpful in maintaining calm. Imagine scenarios where you might encounter disrespect and mentally prepare yourself for them. By mentally rehearsing your response and envisioning a composed reaction, you can better equip yourself to handle real-life situations with grace and composure. Another Stoic technique for staying calm is to reframe the situation. Rather than interpreting disrespect as a personal attack, view it as an opportunity for growth and learning. Epictetus reminds us that people's behaviors are a reflection of their own character and values, not ours. By detaching ourselves from the situation and viewing it objectively, we can avoid taking things personally and prevent unnecessary emotional turmoil. Practicing empathy is another powerful tool in maintaining calm and managing disrespect. Stoics encourage us to consider the perspective of the person behaving disrespectfully. Perhaps they are going through a difficult time, dealing with their own insecurities, or simply lacking the emotional maturity to express themselves appropriately. By understanding their potential motivations, we can cultivate compassion and respond with empathy rather than reacting with anger or resentment. Staying calm doesn't mean suppressing our emotions or ignoring the impact of disrespectful behavior. It means acknowledging our emotions and choosing a measured and thoughtful response. Stoicism teaches us to embrace the concept of virtue above all. This means prioritizing our own moral integrity and behaving with dignity, regardless of how others treat us. By responding with kindness, respect, and integrity, we can maintain our sense of self-worth and set an example for others to follow. In conclusion, Lesson 2 from the Stoic teachings on handling disrespect emphasizes the importance of staying calm and maintaining inner peace. By cultivating emotional resilience, practicing mindfulness, reframing situations, and empathizing with others, we can navigate disrespectful encounters with grace and poise. Stoicism offers powerful insights and practical strategies to help us respond to disrespect in a way that aligns with our values and promotes personal growth. So let us embrace the wisdom of the Stoics and choose to respond to disrespect with calmness and dignity. Lesson number 3 from the list of Stoic ways to handle disrespect is to practice empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. In the face of disrespect, practicing empathy can be a powerful tool in maintaining composure and responding with wisdom and kindness. Stoic philosophy teaches us that we should strive to see things from the perspective of others. When someone disrespects us, it is often a result of their own internal struggles, insecurities, or misperceptions. By practicing empathy, we can detach ourselves from our own emotions and judgments and try to understand what might be driving their behavior. To practice empathy in the face of disrespect, we must first recognize that every individual has a unique set of experiences, beliefs, and emotions that shape their actions. By acknowledging this, we can approach the situation with a more open mind, seeking to understand rather than simply react. One way to practice empathy is through active listening. When someone disrespects us, it is natural to feel defensive or hurt. However, rather than immediately reacting, we can choose to listen attentively to the person's words and try to discern the underlying message. By doing so, we may uncover their fears, frustrations, or unmet needs that led to their disrespectful behavior. Another aspect of empathy is putting ourselves in the other person's shoes. We can imagine what it might feel like to be in their position, considering their circumstances, pressures, and past experiences. This exercise helps us develop a broader perspective and fosters compassion and understanding. Practicing empathy does not mean condoning or accepting disrespectful behavior. It means responding with understanding and compassion while still maintaining our own self-respect and boundaries. By acknowledging the emotions and experiences of the other person, we can choose to respond in a way that is respectful and assertive rather than confrontational. Empathy also allows us to break the cycle of negativity. When someone disrespects us, our instinctual response may be to retaliate or hold on to anger and resentment. However, by practicing empathy, we can choose to respond with kindness and compassion. This can redirect the energy of the situation and promote a more constructive and peaceful resolution. Ultimately, practicing empathy in the face of disrespect has a profound impact on our own well-being. It allows us to rise above the negativity and maintain our inner peace. By understanding the root causes of the disrespect, we can avoid taking it personally and instead focus on finding a solution. In addition, practicing empathy promotes healthy relationships and connections with others. It fosters a sense of understanding and builds bridges of communication and trust. By responding with empathy, we can potentially diffuse tense situations and open the door for meaningful dialogue and resolution. In conclusion, practicing empathy is a crucial lesson from Stoicism when it comes to handling disrespect. By cultivating an empathetic mindset, we can respond to disrespect with understanding, compassion, and wisdom. It allows us to see the situation from the perspective of the other person and respond in a way that promotes harmony and growth. So, let us embrace empathy and strive to navigate through the challenges of disrespect with grace and compassion. Lesson number 4. Don't take it personally. One of the key teachings in Stoic philosophy is the importance of not taking things personally. This lesson is particularly relevant when it comes to handling disrespect. Let's delve deeper into why this mindset is crucial and how it can positively impact our lives. When we encounter disrespect, our natural instinct may be to feel hurt, offended, or defensive. We may internalize the disrespect, allowing it to affect our self-esteem and overall well-being. However, Stoicism teaches us that the actions and words of others are not within our control. What we can control, though, is how we choose to perceive and respond to these situations. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, emphasized that people's actions and behaviors are a reflection of their own character and values, not of ours. When someone disrespects us, it is more about their own thoughts, beliefs, and emotional state than it is about us. Recognizing this allows us to detach ourselves from the negative emotions and self-doubt that may arise from such encounters. By not taking disrespect personally, we free ourselves from the burden of seeking validation or approval from others. We can focus on our own values and principles, staying true to ourselves without allowing external opinions to define our worth. This mindset empowers us to maintain our dignity and integrity, regardless of how others treat us. Moreover, not taking disrespect personally enables us to respond more effectively. Instead of reacting impulsively out of anger or hurt, Stoicism encourages us to pause and reflect before responding. This pause allows us to consider the situation objectively and choose a response guided by reason and virtue, rather than being driven by our emotions. By adopting a Stoic mindset of not taking things personally, we can also develop a sense of empathy and understanding towards others. We begin to realize that people's disrespectful behavior often stems from their own struggles, insecurities, or lack of understanding. Instead of harboring resentment, we can choose to respond with compassion and kindness. This not only benefits the other person, but also contributes to our own growth and emotional well-being. Incorporating this Stoic teaching into our lives can have a profound impact. It liberates us from the weight of others' opinions, allowing us to focus on our personal growth and development. We become less reliant on external validation and find inner strength and confidence. This newfound resilience enables us to navigate through challenging situations with grace and dignity. Not taking disrespect personally also fosters healthier relationships. Rather than engaging in a cycle of negativity, we can choose to approach conflicts with empathy and understanding. By recognizing that disrespect is often a reflection of the other person's struggles, we can cultivate compassion and seek resolution rather than escalating the situation further. In summary, lesson number 4 from the list of Stoic ways to handle disrespect teaches us the importance of not taking things personally. By understanding that disrespect is not about us, we free ourselves from the burden of external validation and maintain our integrity. This mindset allows us to respond effectively, with empathy and reason, and fosters personal growth, resilience, and healthier relationships. Incorporating this Stoic principle into our lives can lead to a more fulfilling and harmonious existence. So, let us embrace this lesson, stay Stoic, and navigate through the challenges of disrespect with wisdom and grace. Lesson 5. Reflect and learn. In the realm of Stoic philosophy, the importance of self-reflection cannot be overstated. Lesson number 5 from our list of Stoic ways to handle disrespect is all about taking a step back, reflecting on the situation, and using it as an opportunity for growth and learning. When faced with disrespect, our initial reaction may be to retaliate or become defensive. However, Stoicism teaches us to pause and engage in introspection. By doing so, we can gain valuable insights about ourselves, the situation at hand, and how we can improve as individuals. One of the primary tenets of Stoicism is the focus on self-improvement and virtue. By reflecting on our own actions and reactions in the face of disrespect, we can identify areas where we may have fallen short of our own ideals. This self-awareness allows us to take responsibility for our behavior and make necessary changes. Self-reflection also helps us see beyond the immediate emotional response triggered by disrespect. It encourages us to step back and consider the bigger picture. Perhaps the disrespectful person is going through their own struggles or is dealing with unresolved issues. Understanding this can foster empathy and compassion rather than anger or resentment. Additionally, self-reflection allows us to avoid falling into the trap of ego-driven reactions. Stoics believed that our worth and dignity are not determined by external factors, such as how others treat us. Instead, our true value lies in our character and actions. By reflecting on this, we can detach our self-worth from the disrespectful behavior of others and maintain our inner tranquility. To effectively reflect and learn from disrespectful encounters, Stoics suggest a few practical steps. Firstly, take some time to calm your mind and detach from immediate emotional reactions. This can be achieved through practices like meditation or simply finding a quiet space to collect your thoughts. Once you've achieved a state of mental clarity, examine the situation objectively. Ask yourself questions like, did I contribute to the disrespectful behavior in any way? How could I have responded differently? What can I learn from this experience to better handle similar situations in the future? Remember, the goal of reflection is not to blame yourself or dwell on negative emotions. Instead, it is an opportunity for self-improvement and growth. Stoics believed in the power of reason and rationality, and reflection allows us to harness these faculties to make better choices in the future. By engaging in this reflective process, you can transform disrespectful encounters into valuable life lessons. You become an active participant in your own development, constantly striving to align your actions with Stoic virtues such as wisdom, courage, and moderation. Ultimately, the lesson of reflection and learning from disrespect lies at the heart of Stoic philosophy. It empowers us to take control of our own reactions, cultivate empathy, maintain our dignity, and grow as individuals. So, embrace the opportunity for self-reflection, watch this video till the end, and embark on a journey of personal transformation guided by the wisdom of Stoicism. Let's delve into lesson number 6, from the list of Stoic ways to handle disrespect. Maintain your dignity. Maintaining dignity is a key principle in Stoicism, emphasizing the importance of upholding our values and integrity, regardless of how others treat us. When faced with disrespect, it can be tempting to respond in kind or let our emotions take control. However, Stoicism teaches us to rise above such impulses and maintain our dignity in all circumstances. At its core, dignity in Stoicism is closely tied to the concept of virtue. The Stoics believed that our ultimate goal in life should be to cultivate virtuous qualities such as wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control. These virtues guide our actions and shape our character. When faced with disrespect, maintaining our dignity means adhering to these virtues and responding in a manner that aligns with our moral principles. One aspect of maintaining dignity is responding to disrespect with grace and composure. It's natural to feel hurt or offended when someone treats us disrespectfully, but Stoicism encourages us to rise above these initial reactions. Instead of reacting impulsively or lashing out, we should strive to respond calmly and thoughtfully. This doesn't mean suppressing our emotions, but rather channeling them in a constructive way. A Stoic response to disrespect might involve acknowledging the person's behavior without becoming defensive or seeking revenge. Instead, we can choose to address the situation calmly and assertively, expressing our feelings and setting boundaries if necessary. By doing so, we demonstrate that we won't allow disrespect to erode our sense of self-worth or compromise our values. Another aspect of maintaining dignity is recognizing that the disrespectful actions of others are a reflection of their own character, not ours. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, famously said, "People are not disturbed by things, but by the views they take of them." In other words, it's not the disrespectful behavior itself that harms us, but rather our interpretation and reaction to it. By maintaining our dignity, we detach ourselves from the opinions and actions of others. We understand that we have no control over how others treat us, but we do have control over our own responses. Stoicism teaches us to focus on our own thoughts, actions, and character, rather than being influenced by external factors. In doing so, we free ourselves from the burden of seeking validation or approval from others, and instead find a sense of inner strength and contentment. Moreover, maintaining dignity allows us to lead by example. Our response to disrespect can inspire others and influence the overall tone of a situation. By remaining calm, respectful, and dignified, we demonstrate the power of virtue and become a source of inspiration for those around us. We show that it is possible to rise above negativity and engage in constructive dialogue, even in the face of disrespect. In summary, lesson number 6 of maintaining dignity in Stoicism teaches us to uphold our values and integrity when faced with disrespect. It involves responding with grace, composure, and assertiveness, while recognizing that the disrespectful actions of others are a reflection of their character, not ours. By maintaining our dignity, we detach ourselves from external opinions and lead by example, inspiring others to follow a path of virtue. So, let us embrace this Stoic lesson and strive to maintain our dignity in all aspects of life. Lesson number 7 from our list of Stoic ways to handle disrespect is maintain your dignity. In Stoicism, dignity is highly valued as a characteristic of virtue. It involves acting with integrity, self-respect, and moral uprightness, regardless of how others treat us. Let's delve deeper into this lesson and explore how maintaining our dignity can have a profound impact on our lives. In the face of disrespect, it is natural to feel hurt, angry, or tempted to retaliate. However, the Stoics teach us that our character is not determined by the actions of others, but by our own choices and responses. By maintaining our dignity, we rise above the negative emotions and behaviors that disrespect can trigger. To maintain our dignity, we must first cultivate self-awareness. This involves understanding our values, virtues, and the principles we hold dear. When we have a clear sense of our moral compass, we can consciously align our actions with these principles, even in challenging situations. This self-awareness allows us to act in ways that uphold our integrity and preserve our dignity. One aspect of maintaining dignity is refusing to stoop to the level of those who disrespect us. It can be tempting to respond with aggression, insults, or retaliation, but doing so only perpetuates a cycle of negativity. Stoicism teaches us the importance of responding with reason and kindness, even when faced with disrespect. By choosing to respond with grace, we not only preserve our own dignity, but also set an example for others. Another aspect of maintaining dignity is practicing self-respect. This means recognizing our own worth and treating ourselves with kindness and compassion. Stoicism emphasizes self-care as a means to cultivate inner strength and resilience. When we prioritize our well-being, we are better equipped to handle disrespectful situations without compromising our dignity. This can involve setting boundaries, practicing self-reflection, and engaging in activities that nourish our physical, mental, and emotional health. Maintaining dignity also involves recognizing that we cannot control the actions or opinions of others. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what is within our control, our own thoughts, choices, and behaviors. When faced with disrespect, we can choose to remain steadfast in our values and not let the actions of others define our self-worth. This inner strength allows us to maintain our dignity, even in challenging circumstances. Furthermore, maintaining dignity is not about seeking validation or approval from others. The Stoics believed that our worth comes from living a virtuous life, not from external recognition or praise. By focusing on our own actions and values, we can find fulfillment and contentment within ourselves, irrespective of how others treat us. This inner validation strengthens our sense of dignity and empowers us to navigate disrespect with grace and poise. In summary, maintaining our dignity is a powerful lesson from Stoicism when it comes to handling disrespect. By cultivating self-awareness, practicing self-respect, and focusing on our own actions and values, we can rise above disrespectful behavior while preserving our integrity. This lesson reminds us that our dignity is not dependent on the actions of others, but on our own choices and responses. By embracing this Stoic principle, we can lead a more fulfilling and virtuous life characterized by inner strength and unwavering dignity, regardless of the challenges we face. Lesson 8. Forgive and let go. In the realm of Stoic philosophy, forgiveness and letting go are powerful tools that can liberate us from the burdens of anger, resentment, and negativity. Lesson 8 teaches us the importance of cultivating forgiveness as a means of finding peace within ourselves and fostering healthier relationships with others. Forgiving someone who has disrespected us can be challenging. It requires us to let go of our ego and the desire for vengeance. However, Stoicism reminds us that holding on to anger or seeking revenge only perpetuates our suffering. By embracing forgiveness, we break free from the chains of resentment and reclaim our emotional well-being. Forgiveness is not about condoning or forgetting the disrespectful behavior. It is a conscious choice to release the negative emotions associated with the incident and move forward. It is an act of self-empowerment, demonstrating our ability to rise above the actions of others and not allow them to dictate our inner state. By forgiving, we also acknowledge the imperfections of humanity. Stoicism recognizes that people are fallible and prone to making mistakes. Just as we desire forgiveness when we err, we extend the same grace to others. This recognition helps foster empathy and understanding, leading to greater compassion and connection. Moreover, forgiveness is a tool for personal growth. It allows us to reflect on our own actions and consider our own flaws. By acknowledging our imperfections, we become more humble and self-aware, which in turn helps us to cultivate virtues such as patience, understanding, and tolerance. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting the lessons learned from the disrespect we experienced. It does not require us to maintain close relationships with those who consistently mistreat us. Instead, it enables us to set healthy boundaries and protect our well-being while still letting go of the negative emotions that can consume us. We can choose to distance ourselves from toxic individuals without holding on to grudges. Furthermore, forgiveness is not a one-time event, but an ongoing practice. It may take time and effort to fully forgive, especially for significant transgressions. Stoicism teaches us to be patient with ourselves and to keep working towards forgiveness, even if it is a gradual process. Each step we take towards forgiveness brings us closer to inner peace and freedom. Ultimately, embracing forgiveness and letting go is a transformative experience. It allows us to reclaim our power over our own emotions and liberate ourselves from the chains of resentment. By practicing forgiveness, we create space for healing, growth, and positive change in our lives. In conclusion, Lesson 8 from the Stoic teachings emphasizes the importance of forgiveness and letting go. By choosing to forgive those who have disrespected us, we free ourselves from the burden of anger and resentment. Forgiveness is an act of self-empowerment, compassion, and personal growth. It allows us to cultivate virtues, set healthy boundaries, and find inner peace. So let us embrace the power of forgiveness and experience the transformative impact it can have on our lives.